Hey everyone, and welcome to what the collective has learned over the course of November, or actually, more accurately, what transpired over the course of November, excluding lessons. That'll be a separate video. So, this is basically what's going on for the collective from November 1st through November 30th of 2024. So, what I'm getting is we've been going through a lot of turmoil, a lot of tower moments, a lot of upheavals, cognitive dissonance lessons. We've been learning what our moral codes are, what we would stand for, our boundaries. We've learned that there's going to be a lot of stress, especially during the holidays, and we're learning our triggers. It does look like in the past November there's been a lot of emotions running high due to stresses and due to traumas regarding family matters, regarding responsibilities, regarding goal setting, regarding courts, hospital stays, childhood memories, traumas that were in childhood that still haunt you to this day and affect your family life, money matters, financial gains, financial matters of any kind. Um, it's been a long haul for a lot of us. Some harsh truths and realizations have come into fruition and have been showing us where we stand within ourselves and within our spirit team and within pretty much everywhere. Um, it does look like there's a lot of introspection, a lot of self actualization, a lot of self realization. Um, Doing the best you can and keep going forward has been happening a lot, so keep that up. Learning the laws of duality, the laws of gender, the laws of polarity. Um, it does look like there's a lot of authenticity being challenged due to people pleasing, conforming to other people's habits just to save face or save the image or keep a reputation that you may not need later. Um, Realizing that there's going to be more for you in December and hoping that it's going to get better. It may not get better in the political stance in the upcoming few months, but in the past November, you've learned that going through things is part of life, picking your heart is part of life, owning up, fessing up, being real, taking your stance and owning up to your mistakes, fessing up, and knowing that just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean you have to take them back. It does look like there's going to be a lot of strength and vitality within yourself, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of self love lessons, a lot of self affirmations, making deals with yourself, and keeping those promises that you've made to yourself. That includes your inner teen, your inner child, your inner adolescent, your inner critic, your inner believer, your inner cynic. Pretty much everybody that has been there to protect you and guide you and keep you safeguarded. Somebody that is very creative, very altruistic thinking, especially with the number threes. 345, 343 stick out, as well as 333. So, learning to the laws of ascension, pretty much ascending, transversing, and metamorphosing. Being able to harmonize your mindset. You can hear yourself clearer. You're able to think more clearly, but you do struggle at times. I mean, who doesn't? We're only human. Um, Learning where you get your intel, learning what information to take, learning what to accept, and learning to what to reject. If you reject information that's facts, then that's not rejecting beliefs, that's rejecting facts, and that's willfully ignorant. So learning the difference between willful ignorance and then just honestly not understanding. Neurodivergence is going to be playing a big role and a big part, especially within the last few weeks. Um, the the middle 2 weeks of November were really harsh for a few of us, especially in setting pragmatic foundations and seeing who to trust, who to not trust, who we can be loyal to, and who we can't trust at all. breaking free of illusions of grandeur and delusional thinking, and being able to get out of that spiral of conformity and being able to solidify our boundaries. It's been a long and stressful month in November, especially for those that have lost family members and friends and pets in November, especially around Thanksgiving week. There's a lot of trauma that's coming up, especially from things that we wish we won't remember, or things that we forgot, or things that we've blacked out. So taking time to protect ourselves and realize that dissociation may be a way to protect, but it's not always the best way to protect. Learning new ways of protection and banishment, and exercising yourself, and being able to manage your money better. You've been able to manage your spiritual health and well-being. You've been seeing those angel numbers like 555, 666, 000. You've been able to have a sense of communication, especially with herbalistic medications and holistic remedies like meditation, yoga, Tai Chi, walks in nature, signs in nature, cloud gazing, star gazing, hikes in nature, just being around water. Babbling brooks stick out. Stolas sticks out. Bastet sticks out. Athena sticks out. Hertz music, bilateral beats, and EMDR therapy have been a huge help for a vast majority of us in the past 3 weeks. So the last 3 weeks in November, not necessarily the first week. It does look like there's going to be a lot of celebrations, a lot of accomplishments, and a lot of completions, especially when it comes to fighting codependencies, fighting addictions, at least moderating it a little bit, noticing our addictive habits and our possessive behaviors and our obsessive compulsive habits, and where we could save money, where we could spend money, where we could do better at our parenting, where we've done better than somebody else in parenting. But using that in a way of learning rather than comparison, because comparison does kill relationships at times. So just being aware of where you stand and where everybody stands with that would be wise to help you benefit to take off and actually lift yourself up off the turbulency that we have. Because an object in motion stays in motion, an object in stagnation stays in stagnation. Learning laws of physics, learning how quantum physics works and how quantum leaps work, and learning how to transcend lifetimes and look through parallel lives, and benefit from astral projection and protection, and setting boundaries in telepathy and empathy, and setting boundaries with yourself. Because if we can keep our own boundaries, then we can assert them easier to other people. Because if we can't keep to our own boundaries, in a way we are being a hypocrite. Now in November, it looks like there's going to be a huge push, because it feels like we've been held down and pinned down, like someone's holding us by the knees and punching us left and right. But just because we're down doesn't mean we're out. Chumbawamba, the song, sticks out. But it does look like there's a lot of resilience and a lot of flexibility that's been needed. There's a lot of flexibility and grace being given, especially when you assert yourself and you speak about your limitations, especially with finances or employment or housing or hospital stays. If you don't speak out, then they don't know. Taking more time of healing yourself and your inner wounds, especially when it comes to things that make you envious, jealous, things that you're sloth about, things that make you prideful, things that are vain, things that have left you in vain, or left you out to dry, or left you bruised in ego. Being able to learn to dive beyond this and dive past this and be able to be free and be yourself, and know that those true people are still with you no matter what. Those people that have been blocking you during this Mercury retrograde that has been happening the past few days and will continue to block you is going to teach you a lesson in itself. Why did they block you? How did they block you? What's the lesson here? The law of detachment is going to be a strong one and a strengthened one at that once you start practicing that. We've learned through epiphanies, we've learned through revelations, we've learned quite a bit of things about entrapment and summoning and use of magic, equal exchange, mind alchemy through shadow work. We've learned different ways of reaching our guides, whether it be reading letters, writing letters, burn notices. The term burn notice sticks out, pink slip sticks out. That could be the band from Freaky Friday, or even the pink slip. The phrase is in somebody might be getting fired, or there might be a promotion opening up because somebody's getting fired. There's going to be a blessing in disguise. I feel like there's this feeling of like unexpected happiness, like you didn't expect this would work out so well, but it did, kind of a deal. And that's because you've been manifesting it for quite some time, at least 11 weeks or 11 months. And within the next 8 to 11 weeks, you should see some more vast improvement for the next one manifest as well. But no later than the 16th of next month, you should be able to see some improvement towards your goal if you haven't reached that goal. Working on your daily practices and your self-affirmations daily has been a great help. And learning mindfulness and staying in the present has been helpful as well. Though we do end up forgetting who we are at times, that doesn't mean that we aren't who we say we are. That's basically what I'm getting for what has happened to us from November. And I'm getting the letters J, D, V, and C for the end of this reading. As always with these, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Thanks for joining.